It's game time. Welcome to the Sports, Bant and Prosecco podcast.
Oh, so guys, talking about that, I love, I watched Police. There's a documentary on Channel 4, Police Catching the Police.
Oh,
I've heard about that. I keep saying I'm going to watch that.
Very interesting.
What
On Channel 4,
Oh.
so you can do a catch up or go and search. When I get home, I'll see what it's called and I'll text you. But I'm sure it's called Police Catching the Police.
I think it is that.
It's so interesting. Like, because it goes back to what you're saying. Do you know how much, even when I was watching the Wayne Cousins documentary, how much of the police
knew?
There's so much of like the BBC situation. A lot. They don't do their vetting properly. Because Wayne Cousins used to reveal himself to expose himself. Thank you. There you go. He was a flasher.
But didn't a female police officer complain about him?
Yeah, she was ignored. They all got ignored.
There's another woman who was talking about her sergeant or deputy was basically abusing her, but then he was setting up situations where to make it look like once you go to report me, you're crazy. So Lou, you're absolutely right. They are the police. I thought the police have been bullied hard, some of them, right? When they were youth. And they've decided they're going to be officers.
But is that what I said the other day?
That's right.
I've always said they're kids that were abused, they were bullied at school and they find a job in power.
But it's scary.
And there you go. Because you're here to protect and serve.
But then take that part of it out of it, just a split second. If you can kick somebody for the sake of dancing, there's something wrong with you. Because imagine what you do in a position of power.
This is
if
it.
You're kicking someone for dancing.
But
That's something in your character.
But that's the thing though, Lou. What you're talking about when you're talking about if you can kick someone, he is at that moment in a position of power.
To be able to do that.
He's saying, I'm teaching you.
So you better
So
listen
I
to
am
me.
the teacher. I am the one who's in power and I'm teaching you.
Yeah.
Right?
For
so
me,
he
I'm like,
literally is in the
but my thing is,
at that
for
moment.
me, it's for something so small. I know the police
I
do
agree
bullshit
with
for something,
you.
but I'm like, imagine he turns around now. He doesn't want to be in Strictly no more because obviously he's got blacklisted. He goes, oh, cool, I'm going to join the police force. Whoa.
Well, the hope would be because he's
No, but he's got no criminal record. But he's got no he could go back to his country and do
right?
whatever, and he's got no criminal record, so you can't say no.
Right, exactly. And even going back to that, so what the Wayne Cousins documentary exposed, which is I thought about it and I was like, as a female now, I'm not letting a policeman stop me on my own. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
And the thing is,
you're now in that position.
Yeah, to say,
Because no, if you want to chat to me, let's go to your whatever. Do you know what I mean? Somewhere,
bring a woman here.
Thank you. Do you know what I mean? It's
or
ridiculous.
Bring a few more people. Let's just get some.
And then talking about the police on the news the other day, they're talking about this strip and search, right? And obviously, Child Q or whatever her name was, who went through that horrific incident.
That's not even.
There was an incident where as young as an 8-year-old was stripped and searched. I was watching this on the news and I was like chatting to myself, Tariko Herdman, is that mum? Is that you listening to the 8? I was like, yeah.
But you
ridiculous.
But
ridiculous.
I am
the powers that they think they can do that.
But I am slightly torn, and so I'll be controversial. I am slightly torn because there are a lot of young people.
No. I don't just
have knives that have fucking.
Oh no, machetes were the 12-year-old that had the machete. Yeah, I hear that.
I am slightly torn because there's a lot of them.
I hear you on that one.
You know, I'm not saying it's right, but I am torn because when my brethren got stabbed, if the police could have stopped and searched that person, my brethren wouldn't have got stabbed. So I'm a little torn. I'm not saying it's right, and I think if it's a female, then it's got to be a female officer.
But this is the thing. I hear
not
you,
a male
but
officer. But I am torn.
I'm never going to be all right with stripping.
And that's where I was going with this. Because there has to be, Melanie, there has to be, it's 8 years old. Yes, and I understand the world is messed up, right?
You know, a pat-down search would have found that.
I'm not.
Thank you. And this is where I'm going with this.
Well, as I said, I'm going to be slightly controversial.
Unless something is, you're living in a house where your parents are drug dealers.
Where was this 8-year-old? On the road? Where? At home? Where did they?
They didn't go into detail. They was giving statistics of as young as an 8-year-old had been stripped, searched. And they were talking about how people now, because it's too much, and the majority of people that get strip searched or stop and search even, are black people and, the minority. But then they were talking about the laws, how to protect young girls, how to protect young people from the police who abuse their power.
They overstep so much.
But
So that's
It's
kind
really,
of like...
and as I said, I'm. Do not get me wrong. I'm not agreeing that it's right. I'm just saying.
I know where you're coming
I
from.
hear it.
Totally
Pat
hear
them,
you.
pat them, but...
Yeah.
But
I don't understand why
Melanie.
any adult,
Thank you.
any grown person needs to ask a child
To strip.
to take off all their clothes.
Well,
wait, let me finish.
yeah.
Take off all their clothes, spread their cheeks, take off your sanitary towel. And the thing is, you can do. Here's the thing: what you must do first is call that person's
Yeah, because
parents.
that
There's
girl-
differences,
because
yeah.
that
But
girl-
Where's your appropriate
to
adult?
remove the option of somebody being able to say no. The minute somebody is no longer capable of saying no, you've overstepped.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And an
Absolutely.
8-year-old cannot give you consent. Fuck it, a 15-year-old cannot give you consent.
Yeah.
My daughter will do whatever a teacher tells her
Tells her to do.
So God only knows what she's going to do in
But the
terms
police-
of a policeman.
thank you,
And this is
right?
where it's an abuse of
And-
their autonomy because you know they're going to listen
They're
to
gonna
you.
listen to
Absolutely,
you,
because
of
then you've
course.
taken the power of the
And how
mouth.
far, when does it
But
stop?
this is also, I think.
And I'm saying this as somebody, it wasn't my friend that got stabbed. It was my little brother.
Yes.
No.
So my point is, bear in
And
mind
my
that
son
happened
has
to
been
me.
stabbed.
Right, bear in
So-
mind I still do not agree, and he was 16 at the time.
Same.
And I do not agree that there's any situation, even if you think a little girl has weed on her, that doesn't mean you get to strip her and find it.
And
Yep.
Lou, get this right. I was entirely being controversial, right? I was not saying I believe.
No, I'm not
No,
saying
you're
you.
not saying you're
No,
right.
You're good,
We
you're
know
good,
that
you're good,
now.
you're good,
Right?
you're good.
Because I know if my daughter
Everybody
was to
for
get
dead.
strip sharp,
Everybody for
right,
dead.
I will probably be in jail.
Yeah,
right
everyone
now
does.
because I'm looking to hurt somebody.
Everybody does.
Right?
There's the trauma of that.
Exactly.
But there is also, I think, and I don't know how it works because obviously I'm not young anymore. I'm slightly more mature.
They're getting younger.
And I feel I have a voice, right? And I try to encourage my daughter to have a voice, right? But I feel like it is like I said to my daughter, you know, if something like that was to happen, you say no. And if they're not hearing no, you start screaming. And you start, my mum would say to me, you start screaming, you start saying help, you start saying why, you start all this, why, lad, help, what, don't touch me. You dramatize
yeah,
some level.
Yeah.
So they have to stop. Because they can't go any further.
Yep.
Because all you have
Yeah.
is your voice.
Absolutely.
But equally, I don't.
But you shouldn't have to do that.
But equally, what are you looking for in an 8-year-old?
Thank you.
No, real talk. Even that young girl that got strip searched at school. Okay, you smelt weed on her. Calm, cool. So you thought it was appropriate to strip her to find it.
Thank you.
No, but
Even if she had
In
weed
school.
on her, I know what's worse about that. There's teachers that would have been around her, and not one of them
said
advocated.
That's what
That-
I'm saying.
Yeah.
that
School,
bothered me.
Lou.
That bothered
In
me more
The
than
people that
that.
see them every day,
In
not
school,
one person said
person.
not. Because let's be honest, what they say. Once your child is in our school, your child
Your
is
child is
under our
care.
care.
You didn't care for
they
my
go as far
child.
as to say your child is
Yeah.
our child, my child. Would you let someone strip search your
No.
child?
But that's what bothered me. What bothered me more than the police was the fact that it happened
teachers.
In the school.
and the teachers allowed it.
But wait,
And they did
no.
not see-
The teachers did not just allow it. They called the police.
No, and they allowed it.
No. The teachers smelt weed on that child.
No,
and,
but
and rather
they
than
still
talk
allowed
to
it,
the
yeah.
child, they called the police.
And they allowed the
No, but
incident.
here's what I'm saying. You are my teacher. You are the person I see every day for
So where
5
it
years.
starts
so
from-
so the fact that you smelt something on me, and rather than
Talk to me.
you
Yeah.
call the
But
police.
hear
They
what
were
I'm
never
saying.
going to protect her
No,
when
but
they're
hear-
the ones
but
that
hear
brought them
what
in.
I'm saying.
Yes.
Not only did they call the police, but they allowed the police to strip search her.
No, but listen to what I just
And
said.
that's why she's
But
saying
listen
they're
to what
not
I
going
just
to
said.
protect them because they
under
call the
any
police.
kind of safeguarding.
Yeah, but listen to what I just-
that is not allowed.
No, but listen to what I just
Any
said.
kind of safeguarding.
No, but listen to what I just said. Because the school were the one that brought the police in, whatever they've told the police is what's instigated the police to go as far as they did.
Yeah.
So my point
So
is,
they're not
from
gonna
the
protect
moment-
her.
They didn't call her parent. They called the police.
No,
Imagine.
and I hear
So the
you.
school was not only not her protector, they were
They
the
allowed
instigators.
it.
No, they were the instigators
Instigators
of her
of the
abuse.
incident.
And that's what it is.
That's
they are
it.
the instigators
Instigators.
of her abuse.
Because
if anything
they
is
start-
really
they
happening
called
to that
it.
child at home and she's being abused, that school is no longer the safe place to which she's going to go to school
No.
and tell somebody something's happening to me at home. Because you
Because
are the
you're the
instigator
instigator
of
of
it.
it.
And
Yeah.
also, right, for me, right, if an 8-year-old or 9-year-old or 10-year-old or 11-year-old or 12-year-old or 13-year-old comes to school smelling of weed, I'm concerned. Not to call the police. What is happening?
What's happening?
What's
going on from your
I would
family?
never
Absolutely.
assume that they have
Absolutely.
weed. I would assume that they're coming from a
Absolutely.
yard that
That's
smells
not
like
like it,
weed.
exactly.
So here what?
Yeah.
What is happening?
But that's my point. To assume that it is the child, and therefore
Let me call the
let
police.
me call the police. And on top of that, let's search her during her exam, no doubt. Let's
you.
search her and find. Oh wait, she's menstruating. No. At what point do we stop?
But no, we're not going to do that. Let's go all the
Stop.
way.
Stop
Take your
now.
underwear.
It's
Your
like a
messed
cascade.
It's just
Yeah.
this.
I don't
You
like
that.
know what I
Yeah.
realized in that moment, and this is why I have the conversations with my own child, and I shouldn't have to have it. I'm like, Nala, act like a child.
Yeah.
Act
What did you say?
like a child, because these girls, and I'm not victim blaming.
No.
But when you on the bus pushing up, trying to act like a big woman, the world
Sees you,
stop
perceives
seeing you as
like
a
a
child.
child.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
they perceive you as
Do you know what I mean?
young.
Even young boys might be 6 foot, but he's gangly. Look at his face. He's a
child.
But that's
The
weird,
world
though.
stop, and it happens specifically with young black children. They are
Always.
they become adultified, and it's not word,
Oh my gosh.
a lot earlier. That's
So
why I'm always saying,
much
Nas,
so.
act like a child. Like she wants to
Child,
wear
for
this shirt.
sure.
I'm like, Nala, I need the world to know you're 14.
I was watching a little black
But
boy
thank
running
you.
for the bus with his mum the other day. They were running for the bus, and he was just a little boy. And I looked at him, and he's so innocent, so happy, and I just thought the world is so fucked
The
up.
world's
Poor
gonna take that
thing,
from
like
you soon.
But it's also a thing where, you know, the conversations that I've had to have with my child, maybe Tia's had with her child. I know Clara's had to have with her child, and you will probably have with your children. It's like, you know, because you are black, this is how the world is.
I've refrained from doing so.
And no, but it will happen.
No,
right?
I've made
because
a
and
conscious
not
choice
in
not to
a
do it.
necessarily a negative way, but it is like be mindful because you can be judged, you can be this, you can be targeted, you can be bullied, you can be, and those are the conversations that you kind of have to have. You know, oh, you will be walking a road and the police will walk past you, and because you're a young black man, they're gonna want to stop you.
yeah.
and search
I've
you.
had
These
to
are
have those
conversations
conversations with my
that
kids,
you
but
have
in
to
the same breath,
have.
I've told them not to let the colour of their skin
No, not to
make them.
define
No,
them.
absolutely, and not to let them think that they can't be achieved or be whatever they want to be in life. You know
But-
what I mean? Because
No.
the world's so all
No.
of those things. No, I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah,
I'm saying I'm
yeah,
agreeing.
yeah.
I've had
No,
to have
yeah.
that conversation, but
But I
at
do
the
feel we
same
have
breath,
to
it's like
spin it.
you're
And
you're
I'll tell
a
you
star.
so.
You're a king. You know what I mean? You can be and
I
do
was going to
whatever.
say, but also, do you know how lucky you are to be black? Do you know how lucky you are? You know, you don't know, but you'll get to know
Yeah.
your history, and nobody else has. Right? Do you know how lucky you are?
Yeah.
Do you know what you've got going for you?
But I do think we have to be mindful of sometimes the narrative of that, because let's flip it around. If
don't-
no, I'm gonna let me
confused
finish.
now.
Let me
Now
finish.
I can't do this and I can't do that. What can I do?
Let me finish.
Yes.
You do what you do for your kid. I do what I do for mine.
No, I don't
Like-
want to. I want to do the
Like
same
for
as
example,
you.
I dropped my kids. I dropped my kids at bloody what's that place in Romford? The Chinese place.
Oasis or Coasis
No,
or
where we
something.
went for your where we
your
want to go.
Yeah,
Cross
no,
mine.
that's it.
And there was like a group of them. There's maybe majority black girls, and there's one white girl, and I almost went to the table because I was leaving them. I weren't staying, and I couldn't think of anything worse. And like, I almost went to the table and went, "Girls, you're black girls. Conduct yourself." Da, da, da,
And
da,
then
da.
you thought,
And
nah.
in that moment, I said, "Nope," because there's.
I respect that.
And you know, what it is? I said, "Ladies, you are young women.
Thank you.
Conduct yourself as such."
Like
and I tell
ladies.
you why. And I'm
Love
gonna tell
that.
you why.
Like
Because
ladies.
I am not gonna instill it in themselves.
No.
That the reason they should behave
should
themselves.
behave
You're not
themselves
gonna
because
ask
they're
them
black.
because
No,
you're, yeah.
and the problem is the minute you put a chip on someone's
Yeah, I
shoulder,
agree,
and
100%.
on
It
top of
comes.
that, it's also a learning experience for the little white girl that
Yeah.
was there. Because had I said you're a black girl, she now thinks I'm not talking to her. I'm
Thank
letting her
you.
know from the jump they're gonna get treated harsher than you. No.
No,
No.
giving that.
You will
Yeah.
all be treated the same
Yeah.
way. Do not conduct yourself as you should. Because
Yeah.
you're ladies. Hold yourself to this.
Yeah.
I gave them the talk, but
Yeah.
not once did I mention their colour,
Colour,
their
yeah.
skin.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to put that on them. Because I don't
Yeah.
want them to be reactive to it before it's even happened to them.
Absolutely.
And all I
but
would
I
say
guess having boy
is-
kids again, it's just different
It
dynamics.
is different. I think it's completely
Completely.
different.
And I would
And
say
I was
the
thinking
joy-
that,
that's
as she
what-
said it, I
yeah,
was
no,
thinking it's different for boys.
kids,
Yeah,
a
and I would
whole
say
different
the
dynamic.
joy of
But in the same
being
breath,
a
I still
millennium or
Millennial.
right?
Not
as to
millennium.
What, you look like millennials?
Being no.
What?
Oh.
And
Wow. It's because she said the joy of being millennials. I'm thinking, okay.
No, the joy of being a millennial. I'm being sort of sarcastic-ish. as opposed to being
I was being sarcastic too, I knew.
A Gen X, as I
Gen
am,
X, yep.
right, where it wasn't debatable. It wasn't like, it was like, you are black.
It's different
This is the
times,
world
and that's the thing.
as a black person.
But you got to remember my
and
experience.
so some of it now is still a hangover.
But also, as
Absolutely.
much as I didn't,
Absolutely.
I never experienced the type of racism you experienced in the 70s, early 80s kind of thing. But equally, I lived in Dagenham in the early 90s.
Yeah, you
when
can get me up there.
right, so my point was, my experience is different to yours.
Yeah.
This is before it was majority black people in Dagenham,
Yeah.
but we were getting posts through the letterbox from like the far right and stuff like that. Yeah,
Are you serious?
yeah, this is back in the day.
Well, it's
in
normal.
Dagenham.
Yeah,
Whereas
true. Back
now
then.
there's more black people. But my point is, my experiences shaped me differently.
Yeah.
I'm very much like, if I watch my mum slog it out, and it does come down to individuals. I think sometimes I watch my mum work bare jobs, so I learned the work ethic. I learned if I want something, but equally I said, I'm gonna have to make that work for me and see my kids. So I feel like your experience shapes everybody's experience.
Absolutely.
Shapes what you do for your kids.
Absolutely.
My thing is, I remember being told you're a black girl, da 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 da. I remember going,
Do you know what? Funny
That's
enough,
not
I
fair.
never remember being told that.
You got to get good
No.
grades, you got to do this, you
No.
got to do that. And I'm going,
No,
And
getting
as-
good grades.
Good grades, yeah. I'm talking about
and
being
even the
told
fact
that
that I had
you're...
to get a degree. It was
Oh,
because
yeah,
you're a black
it's
girl,
always-
so you need to get
you
yourself
need
a
to
step
get-
ahead.
Yeah.
But my point is, I heard all of that and I goes, that's really unfair.
and it's really,
And I said,
I'm
I'm not doing that.
but what's really interesting, right, as we sit amongst 4 black women, slightly different shades, but 4 black women, and my experience was, I was lucky, not for me, but what I was told is I was lucky because I weren't dark.
Yeah, of course.
right.
Lighty, innit?
And so I kind of get a bit of license,
Mm.
right? But that also was hard because
Where do I fit?
I never fitted.
Mm.
I didn't fit with blacks.
Because
I
they're
didn't fit
calling
with
you
whites,
like, yep.
right? And I can remember having a job.
Are you technically mixed race?
No, technically,
Yes.
I'm slightly.
No, not slightly.
Your dad's in the
Yes.
police, bruv.
Girl.
Technically, you are.
Well, my dad's mixed race,
Yeah.
Okay.
so I'm
Okay.
Yeah, you got
You're mixed
some.
ethnicity.
I'm
yeah,
black.
mixed-
Mm.
yeah.
You're black.
Oh, of course you are
I'm
But
black.
you got mixed heritage.
I'm black.
Yeah, you're
You are black.
She's
You are
Jamaican.
Yeah, you're black. You got mixed
I'm Jamaican.
heritage.
Yeah, you're
Mm.
Jamaican.
Jamaican.
Go on, girl.
But
Repping it for
but-
JA.
but it was very difficult for me
Mm.
because there has always been a colour bias in Jamaica.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
What's your mum's complexion like?
I'm slightly darker. than
slightly
she's
darker than.
So she would have got the privilege as well, no?
No, your mum's not as light as her.
No.
Your
Dark,
mum's not-
definitely darker.
She's
Yeah,
darker. Mum's
Mum's like on your son level.
yeah. My
okay,
shade,
fine.
yeah.
So she wouldn't have got the
You
privilege.
see
that
my
got.
mum?
I can't remember though.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure when I saw mum, she was tanned. Yeah. But so your mum wouldn't have got the privilege that you got.
No.
No.
Do you know
But,
why?
but it was I never ever got a privilege.
No, but the reason I privilege. I mean, the reason I ask is because, like, for instance, I'm listening to you, and obviously that was not my experience.
No,
So I've never had
absolutely.
You're lucky because of X. I never had that
Yeah.
experience.
No,
But my
I-
children have
But
it.
what happened was
So
I
it's
wasn't
new.
liked by black people or white people,
Oh wow.
so I didn't fit
Wow.
anyway. Now I'm alright. but
Mostly girls?
As younger, I never fit.
Mostly girls.
Girls.
Yeah.
Girls were hating.
Mm.
When
Boys
girls
love
were
me.
hating,
Girls.
you got all the
Mostly
hair,
girls.
you got all the beautiful
Mostly
skin.
girls.
But
That's all they
I
ever
think-
saw.
But that's down to their insecurity.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There you go.
But I think what one of the things I took away was I was still told. I remember listening to "fucking nigga take my job."
What?
Fucking nigga take my job. I grew up with
Is
that.
that a song?
No, it's I got told that.
Oh, sorry.
I can't.
Sorry. Is that a song?
Somebody help.
It does
You know what
sound
I'm
it.
saying?
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
like-
It does. It literally does, though.
So I got it from every kind of angle, and it took a long time to find my place.
Yeah.
Have you found it now?
Oh God, yeah.
I've never
joking. Of course you
experienced
have.
direct racism.
You never did. No, you never what?
I have never experienced direct racism.
I have.
And
Very
I've-
lucky.
And like, obviously,
I have
apart from like
once.
leaflets through my door, which wasn't direct. I think even the leaflets for white people,
Was
they,
for white people,
they
they
don't
don't
actually
know
realise
that
the
black
black
people
people
are
are.
out.
Yeah, them ones. But and I've seen it in other people. I've seen it in situations. I've seen it, but I have never been made, me, Latifah, to feel like I'm being racially abused or racially attacked. Don't get me twisted. I've seen it in other people.
But you haven't actually experienced it.
No one's directed it at me, but that doesn't mean I don't know it happens. That doesn't mean I don't.
You just haven't experienced it.
Yeah, I've not had that.
I had
one experience. It wasn't really. It was in a chip shop at uni, and a lady came in. She was friendly as pie, older white lady, and she was so nice. She's like, "Oh my god, we're talking, we're shooting the breeze, kicking it." She goes, "Oh, I had another group of coloured girls in here last week, and we were just kind of carrying on talking to her. I went to the chip shop. We're like, she got us coloured." That was the first, but you know what? The worst part is we gave her a blight because we're like,
because
again,
there you go.
Yeah.
No, she didn't,
just,
because it goes back to what we're talking about, right? Generations.
Yeah,
exactly.
What you've grown up in. It's what you heard.
Blacks
In South Africa or in Zambia, right? They call mixed race people colours.
Yeah,
and they're practically coloured though. Like they're
so colours is what you call, you know,
mixed race.
Yeah, mixed race. But my experience of racism was in Knightsbridge when I worked in the nail salon. My beauty therapy days, and a Polish lady came into the salon and she was like, so she comes in, I'm like, hi, I'm Clara, you booked in with me, I'm going to be doing your nails today. She proceeds to tell me, can someone else do my nails? So I was like, sure, no problem. I'm not thinking anything of it. No worries. As I'm looking to see who's available, I don't like you coloured people. I think you are rude and arrogant. You know, under my head was
been so nice to her.
I was so shocked. My head popped up. I was like, excuse me, my colleagues, you had the Eastern European, you know, colleagues of mine, ones from Bosnia, from other places. Their heads popped up like, what did she just say? I was shocked. I'm like, excuse me? She goes, yeah, you know, blah, blah, blah. I went, me, ignorant and rude. I said, I think you need to take a look at yourself. And you're actually lucky that we went on the streets, because if we were on the streets, I'd have shown you just exactly how rude and arrogant black people, coloured people are.
Have you ever experienced anything like that?
Oh, yeah, somebody spat
right?
like, you got a bit of black.
Go on,
but yeah.
Go on, there's one
No,
reference.
mine was in. I was working at Cannon's gym in Marylebone, and I'd gone for lunch by Baker Street. I was coming back. This guy, obviously from one of these Arab. So he's walking and he's looking at me, and I'm looking at him thinking, why are you really watching me so hard? So he walks past me and then he spat in my direction.
No.
But didn't spit at me. But I knew you were spitting at me. I knew you were literally. And I turned around and like, you know, it shocked me so hard, right? Words didn't come out, but I stood there and I'm watching and he's looking at me and he's screwing his face and he's walking off. And I'm like, I said, did you really just do that?
And then as it
I was only 20 something.
Suck a dick.
I would have jumped on and called his face.
Do you know what I mean?
Spitting on someone is so
disgusting.
So I walked. I was so shocked. I went back to the.
Did you cry? I think
No, at that minute I didn't, because I was that shocked.
So upset.
I was that shocked. It's only when I got back to the gym, I started crying, and I remember Nigel said to me, T, what's wrong? Nigel was my supervisor at the time. I said, somebody just spat at me. He goes, what? No, but they spat in my direction. So Nigel was Caucasian, loved him to bits. He gave me the biggest hug. He says, you know what? What do you want me to do? I said, well, there's literally nothing you can do. I'm still trying to process this whole thing. And he just said, do you want to go home? We can book you a cab so you don't have to walk. Like, I would have said.
Nice. That's really nice, actually.
And that I'll never forget it. You know what?
Because the thought of having to go back on the street and there's someone else and you just had that traumatic, moment of
it's true. Nice? Somebody recognizing it as a traumatic experience.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Do you want to?
Exactly, right?
Like, seriously.
Right.
Yeah,
recognizing
all right. You want to go out and get the tube to buy some seeds tomorrow,
I'll never
love.
forget his name.
Nice, but someone
recognizes it. Yeah, it's true.
And it wasn't my own person.
That's
it
why
was
I
a
say,
Caucasian guy.
because we finished quickly. Jennifer Lopez.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, girl.
Well, we saw that one. Everyone saw that coming, but
yes, we did.
I was
I'm
so
gonna
shocked.
finish it. I'm gonna finish it on the. No, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not saying like they would have never, but I thought it was too soon. And the reason
last year
I'm
when
saying
he was shopping for his own house, I knew something was up.
He was shopping for his own gaff.
He's been looking so miserable for
years.
years.
Has he been shopping for his own house?
Last year.
Okay, right. But
The
anyway.
day he got married, he's been looking miserable.
So today on the news.
Yeah.
Go on.
Let's hide melodies.
Why is she like this?
I can't.
I can't. I
got time for people on social
Hurry up,
media
man,
coming
5
for her.
minutes.
So Jane Fonda on the show, as she's talking to Jennifer Lopez on the news, they said, "Oh, there was a clip on the show with the Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez's Love
Why would
Amazon."
they come for me on?
Listen, just going to show you're showing your midriff.
Oh.
Okay, that's what I meant.
Took me a minute to realize that
I was like,
Sorry.
do you know why does she want to be
The
on
point I
Jane
was trying to
Fonda's
make
show?
was-
That's all I'm
No,
thinking.
the point I'm making is Jane Fonda's on a call with Jennifer Lopez, and Jane Fonda says to Jennifer Lopez, "You know, you're flaunting this all over the place. I mean, are you sure? Like, what if it doesn't work out? Like, you got to be careful. You know, you're really doing up the most. You're in the pictures. You're on the paparazzi." Jane Fonda saw it. She was just like, "Now, are you sure this is the right thing to do? Because, bitch,
4th marriage.
Girl,
No
she's got-
prenup.
she's the dumbest
The
bitch
Egypt.
ever.
I think
She's
right
dumb.
now J-Lo just
Yeah, you know what?
Be
Just
on your
stay
own.
single.
Go away.
Yeah.
Don't
Look up
get
to
You know
your
married.
what?
kids.
When I saw
She
the
needs to
clip
work
from,
on herself,
I realized
man.
she's not. I just
Yeah.
there was a
She's
clip that I
very
saw
Wow.
where
A lot
she
of
was
it.
talking
Yeah.
about Ben
Yes.
keeping love notes from the last 20 years. I was like, but he was married to somebody
This
else.
is what we're
You
saying.
didn't
Yeah.
think through how
She got issues.
hurtful that was.
And in between that time, while she kept the love note, she was married to other people.
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
I
yes.
didn't think about it for her, but I'm more
You
thankful
thought
about
for
it for him.
For Ja-
Yeah,
yeah.
but she was
And
married
he's
to
still
other
got
people while she
and
kept
he
the
has
love
a
notes.
co-parent with this
With
woman.
the
Jennifer Gardner.
You have to see this one. It's a big fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
And let me
but
know.
She was keeping love notes while married to other people.
Yeah, but I didn't even think about it because she chose to expose herself. He didn't.
Yeah,
he walks into the room.
My night. No,
He
it's
walks
my
into the
night,
room and
but-
said, "Are we doing
but
that?"
it's hard to go to
Yeah,
bed,
no,
man.
it's true. Right.
Anyway.
Right, guys.
Thank you, guys.
We'll be back in 2 weeks.
Yep.
It's been
It's
a
been,
great. I'm your lady, Miss C.
Miss T.
I'm Mad Mel.
And I'm Lou, and you've been watching Sports
Bands
And
and
Prosecco.
Prosecco.
Good night. Have a good weekend. Bank holiday. Go carnival out.
Do, 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 do.